What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really moving it, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Hologram is up 19.68%, $5.52 the low, $6.60 the high. So in reality, somewhat tame, especially for like a squeeze play. It's very, very quiet today. But at the same time, if you're comparing it to just the broader market, it is doing rather good because a lot of spec plays are selling off today. So Hologram holding its gains, definitely something to take note of. No official news associated to Hologram today, no SEC filing. So the market's just reacting to essentially the news that came out on December the 30th on how the company is pivoting. No real action from shorts. So they're kind of taking advantage and returning about 81,000 shares. 24.08% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 4.92 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost per average 24.26, and then utilization is 93.15%. And just based on when Hologram started to really move higher, you had shorts actually increasing, which is a very bold move to go against a momentum play as well, such as Hologram. And because essentially there is no options, as I brought up, to hedge with. That's a very common thing that a lot of shorts like to do. They like to buy calls because it does limit the potential downside, right? And so all in all, any shorts right now, which currently are 4.92 million, they're kind of naked. So I think in general, if Hologram does continue to hold these gains, if not move up a little bit higher, that might pinch some shorts out, potentially prompting maybe a squeeze down the line. But I think what is happening truly right now is that the market is taking Hologram to its fair value. So right now market cap is 101.28 million. Realistically, I think they have about 150 million in cash or cash equivalents based on what they are burning through on a operational standpoint, 8.4 million. So arguably subtract that, about 140 give or take million in cash equivalent. So still, for just the fair value of Hologram, it is trading at a little bit of a discount. So I think right now that's what the market is moving Hologram to. So you're not seeing any squeeze or anything like that. You're seeing more stability, which is very interesting. And at the same time, I do still feel that there is that merger that is pending. Hologram has a cash. WIMI essentially does have the kind of operational updates. So some people might disagree with me on that on a side note, which is completely fair. But I think logically that might be the next step for Hologram in at least a bigger picture. But one thing to note though, for those of you that have been following my channel, I like to go over what big money is doing. And based on this, big money is definitely looking at Hologram. So these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So it goes to show that big money is paying attention to Hologram. And again, for those of you that have been kind of watching my videos, usually 90 days passes with no transactions whatsoever. So the fact that it's having more than one in one day is absolutely insane. So kind of does add some validity somewhat to the stock price right now. So let me know your viewpoint on that and if you think it's feasible or not. But when it comes down to momentum plays, you always have to take technicals with a grain of salt. But with it at $5.92, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So $5.14 is going to be a strong support, and then $8.20 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. I think the algos are really propelling Hologram higher today as well, because there is a lot of articles coming out about Hologram, all fairly bullish and kind of signaling that it is a big squeeze play. And so I think in general, that is why you might have just the price appreciate because of that. So you might not see a mother of all short squeeze kind of scenario, but I think you will just see the price appreciate to roughly around that maybe $8 range. So that would be incorporating just the fair value of cash and possibly a little bit of extra premium added on to that. So that's just my viewpoint on that. Of course, anything can happen with momentum and squeeze plays. So if capital does start to really get back in on hologram on like a massive scale, then yeah, you could see a little bit of a squeeze. Once again, the fact that there is no options for them to hedge definitely makes it very, very unique of a scenario. And some individuals have asked me in the comments on previous videos, why is there no other stocks that have this type of scenario play out? Like, for instance, nothing that has that is heavily shorted and no options. And the main reason is that you need a catalyst, whether it be pumpers physically kind of just pushing the price out and just pushing it out to the masses, or you put out actual news. That is what is driving hologram higher. So all in all, pretty exciting time. The fact that it's kind of moving higher on a very red day is definitely a good sign. So that might be a positive thing for 2025. So let me know your viewpoint on that. For a lot of the individuals that feel triple digit is coming, do you think that is going to be because of a squeeze, or do you think that's just the fair value for hologram, incorporating, I guess, their new pivot towards quantum? So what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon, link in the description below and also the comments. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.